guys, so this is a video about me finding my voice. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to have something to do with my gay accent or my gay S's, because that's a super important part of me finding my voice. And I'm psyched about doing this video, mostly because out of a lot of the things I speak about, this is something that I'm still currently working through. Like, obviously I'm on YouTube, so I have found my voice, but I'm at the stage now where I'm just trying to figure out how to use my voice. But let's just get into it. Now, this story is going to begin where most of my stories do, at childhood, right? And I don't remember an age where I wasn't the quiet, shy person. I was definitely the oddball in my family, definitely the black sheep, and in a family of extroverts, I was the one quiet, shy, in the corner with my nose in a book, unlike anyone else. Now, I had I had different reasons for being the shy kid. I was overweight. I didn't dress well. I didn't take care of myself well. In a family full of very attractive people, I wasn't one of them as a kid. I'm just being honest. But I think the main thing was that I was gay. Now, I don't know at what age I realized it, but it was obviously a point where I didn't know that I was gay, but I knew that I was different. And so, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever the age is, I went from a thing of just being different and odd to realizing that, oh, I'm gay. That's what's different about me, but it's not odd, but that's another video, right? But that was the main thing. And in the Bronx, we grew up with gay people, so I knew gay people, and most people made fun of the gay people by imitating their accent of how they spoke, right? Like that happened often. That's how they made fun of them. And my brothers also would call me gay growing up, right? So for me, it was kind of like this thing where, like, oh my gosh, if they hear me speak, if I have that gay S, then that'll give them more ammunition. Is that why they calling me gay? And then if so, if I speak, will that just fuel the fire? That was in my thoughts, right? And I just figured it'd be best if I just didn't say a word. And so that was most of my childhood. Even, like, you can see in pictures, like, I was always in the back, always just afraid to be forward and outspoken. And I was a great listener, so people loved to tell me things because I would listen forever, but I would never speak and give my own opinion on anything. And again, that happened for years. Like, it didn't change really until I was in my second year in high school. And now that year, things in my life, a lot of things changed. Like, I started dressing better. I lost a lot of weight. I got into all of these activities in school. Like, I just made friends with everyone. Like, shy, quiet Mikey was now getting in trouble for speaking in class. Like, my parents don't know about that, but I'm sure they died just the thought of me being that person getting in trouble. But that was happening. And another big part of it was in joining these groups. I joined choir and jazz ensemble and play production, and so I'm meeting very open-minded people and other gay people, other gay kids, and so they had their gay S's, and they weren't afraid to be themselves and speak how they were born to speak, and that gave me so much confidence in being myself. Honestly, that 11th and 12th grade in high school, they were great years of my life because of those people and the confidence that they gave me. Now, obviously at home, I still had to be a different person. And again, growing up in the Bronx, I totally had that, yo, what up, man? Like, I totally found that character and I could play him well. But in school, I was totally a different person. I was me in school. And then that character that I had developed so I could speak to my family at home, right? So that was my life. And to be honest, most of us, to this day, we kind of have this dual persona thing that we have to kind of navigate just to be successful. I'm not going to go into that, but You guys know what I'm talking about. Uh, so I developed that, and again, great years. I was okay with how things were going, just knowing that things will get better as I become an adult and move out on my own. That'll change. But of course, it didn't. I joined the military, and I'm being honest with you guys, when I enlisted, I did not think about don't ask, don't tell. I remember I had like a fractured ankle a few years before, and I thought if anything that was going to stop me. But I wasn't thinking about my sexual. It never occurred to me that my sexuality would have anything to do with me serving in the military. Like, I really didn't think about it. Even though I'd heard of don't ask, don't tell, like, it didn't really click until after I joined and I was in boot camp. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I regressed totally back in the closet, because now I'm an adult and I'm living on my own. And I thought, if these people find out, they're going to kick me out, and my life would be ruined, and I didn't want that to happen. So went back in the closet, build up another persona of, I couldn't be Bronx Mikey anymore, but I had to be straight military Mikey, you know. And so I developed that character. And the real me wasn't around too often. Every once in a while I would find a friend where I could, you know, a best friend where I could be myself around. But to most people, I was that military Mikey, and I had to be him. And to be honest with you, that happened for years. It happened for years. Many years that I'd like to admit, actually, but it wasn't actually until recently. And the sucky part about that, real quick, is that I know, looking back, that I've missed out on great relationships with people, because I know they could see my heart, but I would never open up to them, you know. Like, I would, again, I was a great listener to many people. I know so many things about so many people because they feel confident and comfortable in telling me things, but I was never reciprocal with my own stories, with my own voice. And because of that, I know I lost a lot of great relationships that I could have had throughout the years. That sucks, but it is what it is, right? And I have to say, it wasn't I stayed that way for many years, just closed off to so many people. And it wasn't until recently, like maybe 6 years ago, to where things changed for me again. I think I reached a point in my life, and maybe it was nearing 40, you know. I thought, I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to be shy and quiet. I don't want to care about what people think of my voice and how I'm going to sound. I think other things happened to kind of bring that out to where I have reached that point. Part of it was me just taking a more active role in my life and taking risks in my life, as far as like with moving and work, and not being afraid of failure. That totally changed so much for me. And then going to therapy and working out all the traumas and the low self-esteem issues that I have, and looking at those, all of that has led to me to where I'm at now. And I'm still doing work that's with a lot of military stuff, and I'm around a lot of military folks. But I've reached a point now, and again, this is recent, to where I'm not afraid to be myself in front of them. They're reading, this is the authentic me right now. And again, I don't know what that is. I decided I'm not going to think about who I am. I think a lot of us, we fight this thing of being masculine or being feminine, and how that is and how we navigate. And I'm done with that. I don't want to care about if someone thinks I'm feminine or masculine. Like, I'm so over that. So I just started a new job, and already it's like, oh, are you married? No. I'm super proud of saying that I'm gay and that I have a different life than what they think I do. And of course, I think because I don't know if I have the gay tell me if I do. I don't care if I do, but I don't know if I do. I do know that most people, when I come out to them, it's kind of like oh, but that could be just a normal common thing, right? I don't know, don't care. But I am more comfortable with being upfront with that and not waiting for a reaction or for disappointment. I don't care. And what I've learned is that, first off, a couple of things, is that a lot of it was me. Even the folks who I think now may not be okay with my sexuality, right? Even those folks, the response I thought that I was going to receive from them, I didn't. It's just kind of more like, oh, I don't mess with you, which to me it's like, okay, I don't mess with you either, so we're cool. But it wasn't a reaction I thought I was going to get. But more often I meet people who are like, oh, that's cool, I have a brother who's gay, or I have, and we keep pushing, right? And I think that's a big lesson that I learned, was that a lot of it was pressure I was putting on myself. And yeah, there are those idiots in the world are out there, but I'm gonna let them show themselves, and I'm still gonna be me around them. But I'm not gonna assign that to them, because a quick sidebar story, like I said, my brothers used to call me gay. And when I came out to my oldest brother, this is, gosh, maybe 10 years ago now, but when I did, I remember we went to his dining room table and we were drinking beer, and we just had this really open and honest conversation. And he said, hey, when we called you gay, when we made fun of you, how did that affect you? And we had this beautiful conversation, and he cried, and he said, I'm so sorry that I wasn't more of a brother that I should have been, to look up, to stand up for you and to defend you. And I was like, we were kids, don't put that much pressure on yourself. Like, really, it's cool. It's a scar. We all have scars from different reasons, but just the fact that my brother, who I never thought would be this type of person, that he's grown up into being a man who could have this conversation with his little bro, like, hands down, one of the best talks that I've had in my life, one of the most special talks. And I love my big brother in general, but specifically for that conversation that we had, I will never forget it. And even though I was already an adult, I still grew from that. Because of that conversation, I took it and I helped it to fuel my healing. But yeah, just, you never know what the reaction you're gonna get from people. So again, I think I'm better now. I would have never gone on YouTube years ago, because honestly, that the voice was part of it. Everyone hates hearing the voice, but for me, it's that S, like that freaking S, like I would hear myself and go, oh my gosh, I sound like a queen, but no, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care who thinks I'm gay. I don't care who knows that I'm gay. I just want to be me. And again, I'm not there yet, but I have found my voice, and I hope I keep it forever. I hope it gets stronger, and I hope that all of you do the same. So please, like, subscribe, more importantly, comment. Let me know I know most of my subscribers and people who watch, you have your own similar stories, and I so want to hear it. So please comment and let me know about your story. Another quick sidebar. I know that I'm always saying that leave me a comment and tell me your stories, but it just occurred to me that some of you out there, especially with my subscribers, you might have your own channels with your own stories to where you're answering my videos or what I'm asking of you. So please, in my comments, just let me know if you have that video that tells your story. I really would love to hear it. I'd love to support you the way you guys, I think I have the best subscribers in the world, and you guys are so supportive, and you watch all my videos, and I love you. And if I can do the same for you, please let me know what your video is. I'll be more than happy to go over there and give you the love you give me.